It's guide to
the Dummy's Guide for POPA.
To doing what I'm doing. I thought, I've been doing this, it's what I know. But no, I looked at that book and I thought, wow, and I started reading it. That author had my attention from first page, really. I read it and I thought, this is nothing. I mean, I just said, oh, flip in and out of it, don't. But I am reading it from cover to cover. I mean, right at the back, there's this one chapter to share with your boss.
I'm waiting for that one.
And I am reading that one till last. I mean, but there's lots of things. And
it's the best
and
last.
There's a chapter that I've just read about organising your boss. How to organise your boss. I mean, I probably shouldn't be sharing that with you.
That's a joy to look forward to.
I shouldn't be sharing that with you. Perhaps that's something that on a need-to-know basis. You don't need to know that. But it's I don't know. It's a lovely book. I'm fired up by it. It's a book that I can relate to it. It's got my interest. I want to read it every night. I read, and I want to read it, and I'm putting it into scenarios here.
So it's connected. That's the thing, isn't it? You need to know some stuff.
And after that meeting, and I walked out, and I thought, I've done it. It's just one meeting, but I've done it. It's not, and I know I can do it. I was panicking at the start, a little bit of, I can't do this, but I did it. And it went very well. And that when I had Lois saying, "Well, you're here anyway," and Nigel, and I thought, wow. Now that's empowerment, surely. And with Neil, he just sat back. I think we're done. And he had a really nice grin all over his face. And I said, well, do you want me to go and get Nigel now? I mean, inwardly I thought,
You
don't.
dare.
You didn't. No, I didn't. No, it was done because I thought. We've done it.
You'd done it.
I
The
knew
job,
I'd done
you
it
knew it
all.
was
I
done.
knew
You
I'd
knew
done it
that.
all. And I thought, no, he does.
Yeah.
He don't. And Neil went, no, absolutely, no. You've
Sandra,
done
can I
it.
just ask you, because the issue about the reading is an interesting one for me. And I know that you've been in and out of all sorts of books over a
Feel
long
the fear
time.
and do it
Some
anyway.
Some
That's
of
a
them
good
you
one.
wouldn't
You
actually
read that
get
one?
close to.
That's Marie's
Remove the
book.
cheese.
Remove my cheese. Yeah.
That's a good one.
But feel the fear and do it anyway. I mean, that was.
Have you still got it? Just wondered whether...
Have I?
Another book. Another book.
It's only a little book.
How are you feeling then?
Feel the fear and do it anyway.
I don't think
Basically, just.
Sandra Mindful sort of just shows you that she's talking about a book now with real gusto and enthusiasm that she's reading. That's not where she started when I heard her a number of years ago. No, it's been that in itself has been a long journey. So I was curious as to what it is that's brought you to that place, rather than you seeing Sandra now talking with real enthusiasm. That's not what I saw a number of years ago. And she's been in and out of all sorts of books, and some of no doubt is sort of taken on the side, some of those you look on the back, some of those, and this one actually resonated with you. So I was just thinking, not more books, but actually what's made the difference for you along that journey, as to how have you got to that sort of place now, thinking back, when it's difficult for you to even contemplate looking at a book and things like that.
I think because I'm eager for it now. I want to try and be the best that I can in the role I'm in. And if, reading that book, forced into these meetings, whatever, if that's the way it's going to be to get me to feel confident that I can do it, that's probably good enough for me. I want to achieve that level that people will think, Sandra, very good at her job, knows what she's doing. I don't want to be too big-headed, but lots of people tend to seek me out down there, and I do get a lot of comments, people look and they say, we knew we could ask you because you would sort it, and that can be a drain sometimes. Sometimes you think, leave me
Go away.
alone.
Yeah.
You know, I'm busy. But no, that aside, turn the charm on, and it's always, you know, that's no
that's
problem.
another point. That's
But
a
it's-
loader point in the journey, because again, as to how you got there. Because I know that there have been times when, what is it that's changed about you? It's actually that's what attracts.
It's having
you.
good bosses around you. They because they both appear to value my opinion, and they know.
Yeah.
I think they know.
We don't appear, we do value.
I think they know that if they give me, let's just give me that bit of rope, and they know that I'll deliver.
Can I just
I
ask
think in the
that?
past, I mean, I know a few years back you were walking out one day. Where were you going? Going off to a school. Well, I was going one way, Chris was going the other, and she said, "Oh, Sandra, I haven't done this yet. I haven't done that. I need to speak to you about this, but I'm doing this, and I'm not going to see you for a couple of days, but I need to do that." And I just looked around and I said, "Don't worry, I'll sort it." And Chris visibly relaxed. She just looked at me, and her shoulders went down, and she went, "I know you will. I know you will." And I did. Just it's sorted, and when Chris came back a couple of days, it was done. But there's that. Now perhaps that's my makeup, that I want to please people.
But
I
have you-
want to
yeah.
please people,
Can
and
I
that's.
just say-
I think that's the bottom line. I've got that. No amount of books
Yeah.
or anybody else telling me, "Or you do this, do that." Inwardly, I don't take criticism very well, and if I am, I don't.
No, I'm just about to.
I don't. I don't take if people criticise me or something does go wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes
Right, can I just...
sometimes things do go wrong. I can't
Right.
put my mind on something.
No,
But sometimes things do go wrong, and if they do, then it's like, and I'll take it to heart. And even if these two say, "It's nothing to do with you," no, it's not your fault.
Can I just... No, there's one question. It's just to do with something that I'm not sure you're aware of, and it's to do with your own creativity. Okay, so when you say you want to be the best you can in your role, now, one of the things that I notice is the speed with which you process information in a very creative way. So you can hold so many things together, and there's a great creativity at work and imagination bringing things together. And in my language, I would say you're a great knowledge creator. Okay, now I'm not sure at all that you ever think of yourself in that way, you know, because it's almost like, right, I want to be the best I can. It's almost in the role.
Yeah.
It's almost like a conformity to a norm. You want to be the best that you can within that. Whereas actually what I think both Chris and Nigel value enormously is the fact that you're in new improvisatory contexts. It doesn't matter whether you're doing the IQM, you're bringing somebody new. That's never been done before, but you respond in a very creative way. So I'm just suggesting that you know there's that element to you which is, I think, really important. And it's just something to think about, that your own creativity, your narrative, your story, as well as you reading, you know, the book, you're actually working in a context that you could generate some really important knowledge about what, in relation to a PA, but it's to do with the values you hold, and that you see Nigel wanting to spread more widely, and certainly Chris with the IQM. And that was the only thought that I had, you know, there's something very, very creative in the relationships between. And it's not a hierarchical thing at all. You know, there's a real genuine equality of respect in terms of the imagination and the creativity we're all bringing, I think, into what we mean by inclusion. And that is just something that, you know, I'd love to come back to in the months to come.
Well, about 5-10 minutes ago, you said about the meeting, how do I do that? How do I do that?